Hello and welcome again to a San Jose State Athletics webcast for the basketball teams. We'll start this week's episode with the men's team, who have been off for the last 10 days and play 2 games this week. First at home tonight against the UC Davis Aggies before hitting the road on Thursday to play UC Riverside. To talk more about the men's team, here's head coach George Nessman.
We use this time, first of all, to really adjust ourselves. Nothing specific to Davis. We spent a lot of the week changing some of our offensive look, re-emphasizing some things, working on different elements of our game that just needed to improve. We started to focus on Davis over the last couple of days. They're scoring a lot of points, and they're playing really hard. They just haven't got the results they want, but they've got some talent, and they're playing hard, and eventually they're going to break through. We just don't want it to be against us. I like their team. They shoot the ball well. They play at a very high tempo, and we need to be ready. But I think our team, where we're at, we need to be so focused on what we do. We can't really be overly concerned about our opponent. And we need to just be so hungry to win that needs to override all of our other concerns about who our opponent is.
And one of their players on UC Davis is Josh Richard. He's one of their leading scorers, their leading scorer. He's 6'9", sophomore forward. What can you tell me about him?
Well, I remember seeing Josh in high school numerous times. He's a very talented young man. He can really shoot the ball. He'll surprise you at 6'9". He can step out 2-3 feet behind the line and knock it down out there. Good with the ball around the basket, can finish above the rim. Really just a good player, and we're going to have to be aware of him throughout the game. And
really for Riverside, it's 2 guards for them that do most of the scoring. How different are these 2 teams, and is it difficult to prepare 2 short games like that with such different offenses?
No, because I think it's a challenge we face all the time in conference, and it's something we have to deal with, where you play somebody who plays a particular style, and 2 days later we're playing somebody else with a vastly different style. We face that in conference quite a bit. Riverside plays at the other end of the spectrum, where Davis plays very aggressively and fast. Riverside tends to be much more patient, much more methodical. So we'll deal with it as we do with everything else. We'll deal with it one thing at a time. We'll deal with Davis first. When that game's over, we'll transition and start working on Riverside.
Was there specifically something in practice over the last week or so that you tried to isolate the most?
Yeah, I think that we've really had an opportunity. I think you and I discussed this in our last meeting, that how are we functioning on offense? How are we functioning on defense? And what are the elements that can improve that? I think we zeroed in on a few things on offense. Look, we're not turning the ball over. We're getting to the free throw line. We think we're getting pretty good looks. Now, when we broke it down, some of our shot choices weren't very good within that framework of a good look. Like the shot you're choosing to try is not the right one to take in that situation. We did a lot of individual film work. I'm real confident that this team has maintained its edge, it's maintained its optimism and its enthusiasm for the season, and we're gonna get to a place where we're gonna be a good team. I'd like to say that's for sure going to happen against Davis tomorrow and Riverside this week, but I can't ever promise that. That's not telling the truth. But I do know that our enthusiasm is not going to wane. We're never going to get discouraged, and these guys are in this for the long haul, so they're very open to improvement, and they were very coachable all week long, as they always are, and we're going to get better, and it's just a matter of time.
All right, it is a holiday week, and what are your plans for Christmas, and do you have a favorite memory from a past Christmas?
Well, I'll give you a San Jose memory, because I know you asked me about this before we started taping. We have a nativity scene. My wife is into antiques. She has an antique shop, and she has some what she calls mid-century characters out in front of our house. They're full, like Frosty the Snowman is about 5 feet tall and he's got a light and it lights up, got some angels, whatnot. Well, we have the Holy Family set up, the nativity set up, and one year someone stole baby Jesus, and we thought that was really odd behavior. Didn't take any of the other characters, but it took the baby Jesus away. And so we reported it to the police just to file the report. And lo and behold, about 2 weeks later, he reappeared back in. It was like a miracle. He was back, and the Merc did a story on it. It was kind of an interesting, fun Christmas story.
I would have loved to hear that phone call to the cops.
Yeah, someone stole Jesus. Our family will be together. My wife and I have 4 children, and all of them will be home, and we'll have other people at the house, and we'll get a chance to go visit family. It's a really important time for us, and like all families, and we will celebrate the holiday, I think, in good cheer and good spirit.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. Have a good holiday and good luck this week.
Thanks, Justin.
Again, the men's team will play tonight against UC Davis before hitting the road for a UC Riverside game on Thursday. Talking about the road, a much-needed road win for the women's basketball team Saturday against Santa Clara. And this week, their next home game will be Thursday at 7 p.m. here at the Event Center against Cal State Fullerton. Here to talk more about the women's team is their head coach, Tim Kose.
Win streak, I like the sound of that. Yes. No, the team's been working hard, and they're seeing that their work is paying off now. And it's a great place to be where they're having success, and now they're expecting success.
All right, so what's been the difference? In the last 2 games, you get pretty good wins. I mean, by a good point margin, too. What's been the difference?
Well, I think the consistency on both ends defensively. We've been pretty solid. Offensively, taking better care of the ball for the most part. Been shooting over 50%, so our shot selection has been very good. We've been able to finish at a much higher rate. And that's really been the difference in the last 2 games.
I think also the support from the other players. I mean, you had Sarah, and she was shooting the 3 ball so well, and Brittany was playing so well. But I think the support has kind of come around a little bit, and they're getting more points just beyond those 2 players. Yeah,
they're playing well together. You know, Brittany and Sarah are our first 2 options, but Rachel, Bria, and Tees have been playing great the last couple of games. So. Yeah, they're really starting to play well together and understand their roles and you know, really what the roles and the bench play, put those together, and that's been a big step in the right direction for us.
All right, the next game for you, Cal State Fullerton. They're 4-5. They play tonight, actually. You play them on Thursday, another home game for you, which I know you're ecstatic about, coming back home and getting some more home games. What can you tell me about the Titans?
Up-tempo team. They can put a lot of points on. There's dangerous scores. You know, it'll be another quality opponent for us, but it is nice to be at home. You know, it's just getting done with finals week, and to use these games as kind of a final test for us to see where we're at and what we need to work on going into the WAC play. So really happy with the result that we had at Santa Clara and then last night against Air Force, and we're going to see if we can build on that against Fullerton here on Thursday.
Megan Richardson's their leading scorer, and she really triggers their offense. You guys trying to key on her a little bit?
Oh, without question. I'm familiar with her from you know, days at Bakersfield. She's a tough competitor that can score inside, out, drive it, shoot it, rebounds it. And she's a big part of their team.
What is their strength as a team?
Well, she's definitely one of them. I think they have the ability to, you know, a streaky team that can score in bunches. They're well coached. They play hard, so it's going to be a good test for us.
All right, a little bit of a lighter note away from basketball. Christmas coming up, the holiday season.
Yeah.
Of course, you're going to give the team a couple days off for the holiday. Of course. What are your plans for the holiday?
Yeah, after Thursday, we'll have a few days. A lot of the players are going home, spend it with their family. My family, this is our first Christmas in San Jose, so we're really excited to be here. We're going to go to Christmas in the park downtown and see the lights around the neighborhood and just really enjoy being here in San Jose.
And you actually said that you were going to take the team to Christmas in the park as well, huh? Right?
Yeah, and then the team's coming over. We're going to have a Christmas dinner tomorrow night, and yeah, it's the most wonderful time of the year.
All right, well, thank you, Coach, for joining us again. Have a good holiday.
Thank you.
That's it for this week's show. Again, the men's team plays tonight against UC Davis. The Aggies here at home at the Event Center at 7 p.m. before hitting the road and going to Riverside on Thursday. The women's team, their next home game will be on Thursday when they host Cal State Fullerton here at the Event Center at 7 p.m. as well. Be sure to check out this webcast every Tuesday on the athletics site, sjsuspartans.com, or through the YouTube channel at youtube.com/sjsuathletics.